One thing about the comic industry and the woke people surrounding it is you notice that they get their weird sexualized fetishes involved in everything. Every conversation ends up something gross, and this is just how these people act. Now, it makes sense. Their entire careers have been based upon identity politics. I identify as a guy who's wearing a dress, and you better call me she. That's a sexual fetish, right? And so when that's your entire shtick, like what else are you going to talk about? That's it. That's it. Like I like to talk about like tennis or like comic books but these people just talk about their weird sexual fetishes. That's who they are. It's really sad to watch at the end of the day. And of course, all woke conversations devolve into some weird, creepy thing. So, Mags Visaggio. I was going to say let's get into Mags Visaggio, but let's not get in. That's bad phrasing for what we're going to talk about. We don't want to do that. Nobody wants that here. Mags Visaggio has, of course, built this like cottage career over the last couple of years of just trolling fans. It started with, of course, the Zack Snyder deal and Rebel Moon. It was all about like, suck it, Snyder Cut, dude, Snyder Bros. Ha ha ha! I'm writing the Rebel Moon as like an own against the fans as Mags was doing this. It was really weird, but Zack Snyder, of course, is a woke activist in Hollywood and wants to virtue signal for the trans guy in order to make his little property more diverse, that diversity, equity, and inclusion. He can now say, I hired this dude in a dress. Oh my gosh, look at me, I'm amazing. And that's exactly what gets perpetuated in the comic industry all the time. And we've seen this over and over. So Mags, of course, parlayed that into getting a writing gig for Heather Antos' Star Trek. The woke group, the Whisper Network, got together, and Heather Antos is putting out a 40-page Pride Month Star Trek thing, and of course is hiring Mags as a part of this. You got to like have the trans person write a trans character. I'm sure that Mags is probably writing the Star Trek Discovery Trill person who got siphoned off, who's a they, them, or some shit like that. That's exactly what's going to go on. It's going to be a cringy book. We'll cover it here. I do have to review it for you guys. And then, of course, with that, Mags is also working in with the YA group. The YA is young adult, and young adult in the novels and the book spaces are books that are aimed at teenage girls. And what they do with all these is they know teenage girls are malleable and propagandizable. And so they put all this weird identity politics in those books. If you think that comics are bad, oh my God, YA books is such a rabbit hole disaster that you would not even want to open one. They're all sick and they're all disgusting. And this is happening in comic books too. Now, Mags's book coming out called Girl Mode is all about a teenage dude who's dressing up like a girl, and you're supposed to treat this dude like a girl. And so it's about grooming little children at the end of the day. So we reported on this because that's a big news that HarperCollins, one of the big publishers out there, is putting that out there for teenage girls in order to manipulate their minds into this trans agenda at the end of the day. It's sick. That needs to stop, and we want this sort of thing to stop. But then Mags has to go sicker once Mags finds out that we're reporting the news, which we're apparently not supposed to do. So let's get into this real quick. My name's John Delarose. If you're new to the channel, I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I make books that are good and, of course, don't have that identity politics to it. So check this out. This is All Eyes on Ashley right here. It's on Kickstarter right now. I'm doing this with Mike S. Miller, who did DC's Injustice. It has beautiful art all the way through, consistent interiors with the cover. I mean, this is something you never see in comic books these days. And of course, we made a beautiful story, which you'll absolutely love. So check this out. The link's in the description below. Support our channel and support our artistic efforts as we go through this. Now, you're about to get shocked here, and maybe you might vomit like I was about to last night when I read this. But oh my God, here it is. Just to Twitter, Mags posted, and of course goes creepy with it, I'm still not going to F you, John Delarose. That's me. So what the heck? This is like, whoa. Sorry, I got my boy Zach cough going on. I'm still a little sick here. Like, why would you immediately go there? I'm just talking about your comic book, which is creepy, which is about like grooming children. This is something that like is not okay. This is content that's not okay. And of course, pushing this towards children into a children's market is really not okay. And yet the mainstream culture rewards Mags for this and rewards people for doing this kind of thing, for manipulating kids into taking these hormone replacements and wrecking their lives and things like that, which is never a good thing. Oh my gosh. And so what's this have to do? Like, why are you thinking about me having intercourse with you, Mags? I don't want that. I never implied that. That's disgusting. And you know what? That's kind of sexual harassment at the end of the day. Now, Mags has gone out there and accused people of this kind of thing before. There was Sean Gordon Murphy, who Mags accused of love bombing him, which I don't know what that meant, whether Sean Gordon Murphy was trying to pursue a homosexual relationship with Brian, a.k.a. Mags. That is not clear. None of the texts were presented or something like that. But it's really weird. And we do know that the SJWs all are in those kind of weird sort of circles where they do those kind of things. And so, yikes on that level. But gosh, don't bring this to me. I don't want any part of this. I don't want any part of your weird sexual fetish culture. I'm happily taken. I have kids. I'm not interested in this, Mags. Just please leave me alone and don't sexually harass me or even fantasize about me, think about it, or anything on that level, please. This is something that, like, it's very weird. In any other sort of environment, if this was like a normal office environment, say we were in like an accounting industry or something like that, and somebody was posting this about like somebody else in the industry like this, they wouldn't be around. This is absolutely something that like is not okay in professional culture. And yet for some reason, these people, when they have this kind of identity, when Mags can go out there and do that, they can do this and they can say this kind of stuff publicly with like, they'll get claps from the industry. If you look at the people who are liking this, there were not too many of them, but one of them was like one of the lead writers at Comic Book Resources, CBR. There's this whole whisper network that applauds bad behavior from these people, that applauds them being just kind of disgusting and saying just vile things online in order to, of course, like increase their clout. And they all just like work on their little clout together. It's really sad. But we need like comics to be back to a thing like that. It used to be for kids and families and things like that. It used to be like a clean culture. And we're working on that over here. And gosh, we're trying to counter all the nonsense that Mags is spewing out here. Just this vile hatred, this like just debauchery all day long. Gross stuff. And Mags, not interested at all. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, check out All Eyes on Ashley live on Kickstarter right now. See you soon.